Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Valentine's Day is Friday, February 14th. Call or stop into the Garden Gate on the east side of the Sigourney Square. A special gift makes a special day. Let us help. We offer a variety of fresh flowers, balloons, candy, stuffed animals, candles, and many other gift items. We pride ourselves on over 30 years of design experience. The Garden Gate, proudly serving Keokuk County and surrounding areas for 27 years. Call or stop in to get your order in for Valentine's Day. The staff members at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa will guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. A ceremony can be anything you wish it to be, simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, such a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Let the staff at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa help you in your time of need. Attention drivers! Sinclair Napa is proud to bring you the best deals of the year on Napa Gold filters. Whether you're tuning up for a big trip or just keeping your daily driver in top shape, our unbeatable prices will keep you on the road for less. Napa has a filter for almost anything on earth that moves. Check it out today in Sigourney, Ottumwa, Centerville, Montezuma, or Williamsburg. Napa's filters are specifically designed for what you drive, how you drive, and how often you change your filters. Your car deserves the best, and so do you.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
See State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa at 309 High Avenue East for auto, home, business, life insurance, health insurance, and more. Kelly Style's mission at State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Call Kelly at 641-673-0088 or go to kellystyleinsurance.com. That's Kelly Style State Farm Insurance, 309 High Avenue East, Oskaloosa.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the show.
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and never wrong, Nick Bull.
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the podcast by the fan for the fan. I am your host, never wrong, Nick Bull. Of course, we are powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo, and protected by Jared Zook of Country Financial. Happy Big Game Sunday to those that celebrate. We can't say the words here, but unless you live under a rock or 6 feet under, you know what's going on today in the world of sports. The biggest sporting game of the world in football. We need to say, not say more. We're happy you're joining us on your Big Game Sunday as we come to you at an earlier time so you can enjoy that big game. Of course, I'm never wrong, Nick Bull. Glad you're here. Joining me is my tag team partner, the co-host of this show. And we are co-champs of the For Frequency Tag. We're co-champs of the For Frequency's Sake Network. He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing, bud?
Man, I am doing pretty decent. I feel good. I know we're a little earlier to accommodate people and that sports ball thing that's going on later today. So I know some of our fans will want to watch that. I'm not going to be watching it. I'll be watching wrestling. But that's
well, I mean, I'm probably going to watch it. Why not? I mean, I've watched wrestling all week. I'll probably watch wrestling up until the game. but I will watch the game and hopes for a good game. I could care less who wins, yeah, I really wish there was a halftime heat this year. That would be really cool.
That would be.
I think with the popularity of WWE right now and with how hot they've been coming off the Royal Rumble and the Saturday night's main event before it, it'd be time to do one. But I digress. Welcome to episode 173 of the Card Subject to Change podcast. Hey, we're Cards Subject to Change for a reason. Due to circumstances unforeseen by us and our guest this week, he's not able to make the show. So the show must go on, and we're here to tell you the show does go on. So whether we have to sit here and tap dance for the next 60 minutes, we're going to give you a show. Because when a 727 takes off, it doesn't just stay in the air; it's got to land. So we essentially promote a show. We're taking off. We're going to take you on a ride. On this 727 that's high in the sky. We got to land this 727. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a show here today. And what's the show going to be about? I don't know. This might be the first fan-driven show. We might just go strictly off the comments here as I try to sit here and figure out where to sit in the sun. I'm going to sit back like this. I seem to look okay here. Look okay, I know. Use loosely. But no. The title of the show is not another ridiculous stipulation match in AEW. This is essentially a two-man scramble right here between CZ and I to give you the best possible wrestling podcast we can in the allotted time. I know a lot of stuff going on in wrestling, CZ, and a lot of times we kind of go back and forth. Hey, what are you watching this week type of deal. And it seems like a layup. We could do that every week for a show, and I think turn on fans to matches and stuff that are worth watching or maybe they haven't seen before. But I'm going to ask you, and then I know you probably watched some more stuff this week than I have, but I'm going to go into what I've been watching as well.
Yeah, we're gonna drop some knowledge, maybe a little wisdom on our peeps today. It's gonna be fun. You know, I'll be honest. I've stayed pretty close to the main show, the main product. Nick Morrison and Don Moxley right here. That's us.
We're here. Now, I do wear these glasses pretty much all the time, but today it's kind of necessary. The sun's coming in. We usually don't record at this time. Usually we're later on Sundays, but we pushed it up today due to the big game, and now the sun's kind of coming in. But Nick Morrison and Don Moxley in the building. I'm your host, Nick Morrison. Joining me is Don Moxley. But go ahead, CZ, with what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, you are perfectly fine. You threw that up, and I had to make comment there. No, I've been sticking pretty close to main product, but I'll start. I kind of bounce around when I throw on Peacock. I really do. Like, I'll throw something on that I know will continue for a little bit into the next event just to fall asleep to. Like, for example, I've had on Great American Bash to fall asleep to, starting from the beginning and just letting it roll for a couple nights. But when I'm really paying attention and focused and not watching the main product, I've been kind of going through a Nitro rewatch. I don't know. I just felt inspired to do so. And I'm still at the very beginning. It's October, the end of October in 1995. So about a month or so, give or take, after Nitro began. And if you want some absolute silly shit, go back and watch Halloween Havoc from 1995. I mean, from the start of Nitro basically until the NWO took over, if you want silly shit, it's right there, and his name is Hulk Hogan. I'm not gonna pull punches, but
we all know what the opening match of that Halloween Havoc was in '95.
Yeah. Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
We talked about that opening match of Halloween Havoc before '95, or was that '94? I
think that was 94 or 97.
Or where Abdullah the Butcher gets electrocuted. I think that's 94.
No, that's earlier than that. That I believe is earlier than that. 95. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, I want to know. Halloween Havoc 95 is kind of intriguing because I believe Hogan got to WCW in fall of 94. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. This is Halloween Havoc 95, so October 95. So yeah, this is definitely pre-NWO Hogan we're talking about with this show.
I'll tell you something though. During this brief stint here, Hogan, known for wearing the red and yellow, he's feuding in a long-standing feud with the Dungeon of Doom, led by the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan, and they shave off his mustache at one point, so he, for the first time, dons the black attire. He's got the trunks or the tights with the lightning on them, a black shirt, a black bandana, and no mustache. It's a really weird look for him. So he did wear the black for a short time before the NWO began. The thing that stands out, I'll tell you one of the opening match here, just since you asked, is Johnny B. Bad versus Diamond Dallas Page for the World Television Championship. But one of the taglines for this event is "The man becomes the monster, and the monster becomes the man." And like I said, you want to talk about silly shit.
Is Flair on this card?
He is. We'll get there.
The man becomes the monster, woo! And the monster becomes the man, woo!
No, not quite. So, just to give you a little history, Hogan had his beloved Harley Davidson run over by the Dungeon of Doom monster truck. So,
Yeah, doesn't every heel faction have a monster truck on retainer?
they should if they don't.
Oh, the Dungeon of Doom is way better work here.
Well, Hogan was hellbound to.
Who's your favorite Dungeon of Doom member?
Oh, can I say the Yeti?
Sure you can.
I mean, I don't know that is, but he's definitely up there. I mean,
Was he ever a member of the Dungeon of Doom?
he was.
Okay, no, that's your member then. That's fine.
Who was your favorite member of the Dungeon of Doom?
Oh, probably Zodiac.
Okay, that's fair.
Zodiac or the Shark?
Well, remember, he's not a shark; he's a man.
Shark.
But that happened later.
Not Shark Man, but the Shark. And for those of you at home that are not familiar, Zodiac was Brutus the Barber Beefcake in WCW, and the Shark was John Tenta, aka the Earthquake in WCW. But probably those two guys were my favorite of Dungeon of Doom. Oh no. Meng for sure.
Yeah, can't leave out the Faces of Fear. Meng definitely was.
Meng for sure. Then Zodiac, then the Shark. But yeah, go ahead.
But Hogan at this time is hell-bent to make a bigger, badder monster truck. And the semi-headline for this event is the Hulkster monster truck against the Dungeon of Doom monster truck in a monster truck sumo match on top of Cobo Hall.
How would you like to have been a wrestler and showed up on the day of the show and know that you're not on the card because you've been replaced by a monster truck? Now, I know everything's recycled in wrestling, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that the monster truck angle in wrestling probably never happens again on a high level.
Not to my knowledge.
But Hogan, not worrying about his in-ring, is worried about building a bigger monster truck. Man, you got me hooked. I'm listening on all ears.
So the concept of this match, they're in Detroit. The monster truck sumo match takes place on top of Cobo Hall. There is a ring of barricades, construction barricades around the monster trucks. The fronts are welded together, and you have to push your opponent's monster truck completely out of the circle.
Was this the main event?
No. The main event, like I said, the monster becomes the man. This is the monster part. When the man becomes the man becomes the monster. This is the monster part. When the monster becomes the man, that is your main event because they go back into the arena for the Giant to take on Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Or at least that's what the plan is. Everybody is speculating because after the sumo monster truck match, even more silly shit. I mean, as if you couldn't get silly enough with a sumo truck.
We're sitting here and kind of, ripping this apart, tongue-in-cheek type of deal, but you got to go back to 1995. I mean, this was kind of a big deal. I know it sounds silly and outlandish now, but people were